Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
New at noon, charges have been filed against suspects in the shooting of an 11-year-old girl. Thanks for joining us at noon, everybody. I'm Jason Colthorpe.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. These developments come more than 3 days after the girl was shot while she was sleeping on a couch inside of her home on Detroit's east side.
Let's get to Rod Maloney, who's outside 36th District Court, where these suspects were just arraigned, Rod. Or actually, I should say you're in the neighborhood, Rod.
Right, yeah, Jason, we've come over to the house where the actual shooting happened, and it's a situation where there were 23 shots fired into the home that's just behind me here, with 9 people inside, including that 11-year-old girl who was shot and hit in the head. She was sleeping on a couch underneath one of the windows. Police had to take her body and run her to the hospital where she remains at this time. So the arraignment just happened. There are 3 people charged in this crime. 18-year-old Takari Turner, 19-year-old Nasir Levant Garrett, and 20-year-old Robert Lee Turner Jr. Of the 3, only Robert Lee Turner Jr. was granted bond today. It was a $250,000 cash bond. The other 2 defendants are going to have bond hearings coming up next week on February 26th to see what happens. But more interesting is the number of charges. There are the better part of 10 or 12 charges per person, including assault with intent to murder, firearm discharge into a building, injury resulting, felony firearms, and accessory after the fact. What the police are telling us is that they were immediately able to arrest Takari Turner and Nasir Levant Garrett, immediately after the shooting. It was the next day that they went and arrested Robert Lee Turner Jr. And so the police chief, James White, is going to be holding a press conference on this particular shooting coming up this afternoon, and we fully intend to be there for that. But it's been one of those things where this particular case is troubling to him. He has made it abundantly clear that he was quite upset about what happened here. And also, this originated with a story that we did on Local 4 last Friday, where there were vehicles stolen from a car dealership in the city that actually drove through the garage door. One of the vehicles in that theft was used in this particular shooting, so says Detroit police. So much to talk about, much more to learn about this. We'll have updates coming up on Local 4 News at 5 and 6. Reporting live on the city's east side, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Yeah, quite intricate to say the least. All right, Rod, we'll see you a little bit later today. New into the newsroom, a 17-year-old charged in the murder of a well-known community member in Pontiac. Robert Lee III, who went by Bupak Shakur online, was shot and killed last September in Pontiac. He was known for posing online as teen girls to catch predators. Then he would confront them. The Oakland County prosecutor says the suspect in this case, who was 16 at the time of the shooting, will be tried as an adult. He's also facing charges in another shooting.
One person is in the hospital after being stabbed following some type of dispute that happened in Greektown. Police are telling us that there was a fight that broke out along Monroe Street near Brush in downtown Detroit. 3 people have been arrested. Police say that they were trying to get away by catching a city bus. The investigation does continue. The victim was last listed in stable condition. We are working to learn what brought police out to this West Side neighborhood early this morning along Outer Drive and 6 Mile. Police had one direction of Outer Drive blocked off for a couple of hours early this morning. The scene was cleared, though, at 4:30 this morning. We have a call into Detroit police about what happened. Some neighbors say they heard shots being fired. So far, we have not gotten a call back.
We're waiting to hear what comes of a hearing today on a new liquor store on the west side. There's a hearing because many in the neighborhood don't want it. Here's the location that's up for debate with this. It's at Grand River and Losser. The building's new owner wants to reopen the liquor store that was there. It closed after a string of violent crimes, though. A petition to keep it closed has gotten 400 signatures. The city has also gotten more than 40 letters from nearby schools and businesses saying they don't want a liquor store to reopen there.
Residents and business owners are frustrated or have been frustrated over the years by this business, the behavior and the flat-out disrespect that they've provided. There have been shootings, stabbings, fightings, and very aggressive behavior from their patrons.
However, the property owners tell us they just want to be good neighbors here. The city is holding that hearing 1:30 today at City Hall.
Detroit rapper Skilla Baby says that he is working to get guns off of the street and clean up as many records for people as possible. Mary Sheffield, City Council President, along with Judge Tanisha Yancey and Skilla Baby, are hosting this gun buyback and expungement job fair tomorrow. You can see the details here on your screen in terms of where it's located there at the Icon on Walker Street near downtown. It's from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Saturday.
Happening today, you can ring in the Lunar New Year on Detroit's riverfront. Today is the first day of the celebration, and it's happening at Robert C. Villade Park. You can get free hot chocolate during the happy hour from 6 to 7 tonight. How about that? And there's also themed trivia, all weekend long international food trucks, live music, karate demos, and dance performances showcasing Detroit artists.
All right, that sounds fun.
A karate demo? Nobody's ever been disinterested in that.
That is right. Also, same could be said about Monster Jam.
For sure.
Which is back at Ford Field, roaring there with all those mounds of dirt. They somehow are able to get there, right there where the field used to be.
This morning at 7 on Local 4 Plus, we were trying to convince Nick Monticelli to get one of these drivers to jump the Local 4 news truck. That didn't happen.
No.
But we did get an inside look at what we're going to see.
When you guys are out here, when you're on that track, do you zone in? Are you in the moment? Do you hear the crowd? How's it work?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this place is going to be packed, and everybody's on their feet going crazy. So, yeah, you zone, and I turn into like a machine of just chaos. I mean, that's kind of the thing at Monster Jam. Right. We're going to go crazy. We're going to sling this 12,000-pound truck sky high, going nuts, upside down. You never know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. But we know one thing, we're going to push the limits until the truck just won't go anymore.
Tickets are still available. They start at just $30, and you can go on Saturday afternoon at 5 or Sunday at 3. And I know you surprised somebody today at that ticket giveaway.
Were you listening when I made the phone call? Yeah, we had one of the people who were in the drawing to give away the tickets. I called her up, and I just said, hey, they said I could call the winner today. She goes, I go, that's you. She goes, all right. So here's going to the show.
All the reasons why you need to always watch the contest page of clickondetroit.com, by the way. We do that often, and you might hear from one of us.
And it's a good weekend to get indoors, enjoy something like that, because we've got a little dip here.
Yeah,
a little dip in the temps.
Let's get to Ashley and find out how the weekend's shaping up, in addition to the...
Let's be honest, Jason, the reaction was really, I was hoping Rhonda was going to call me. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're tracking out at Metro Airport at this lunch hour. I'll tell you what, we have held on to the sunshine a little bit longer today, which has certainly helped our temperatures overachieve a little bit. So we're at 51 at Metro Airport, 50 in Ann Arbor, 43 in Lapeer, 50 in Monroe. We're pretty much at the peak of the day, though, as those clouds will continue to build in this afternoon with the cold front passing through. We'll start to see those temperatures fall through the afternoon. But sky conditions right now, mostly sunny to partly cloudy across the area. But you can see how that cloud cover is getting thicker off to the northwest. And we do have a little bit of moisture coming in with that system that could result in still a few stray flakes late this evening. So low 50s for the next at least couple hours, and then we'll be in the mid 40s by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then 41 by 6, and I think that's when we mainly have overcast skies. Quick little look at the temperature trend, though. Big dip tomorrow, but then we're climbing out of it into the 60s next week.